This is Nish Majmudar. I am currently the CISO at Mathematica Policy Research. Mathematica is about 1,800 employee-owned company, mostly into data research, data analytics, data modeling. We're a federal government contractor. My role there as a Chief Information Security Officer is protecting the data. And as you can see, it being a data and research company, there's all kinds of sensitive data related to federal government. So all of the compliances from NIST to FISMA to FedRAMP, you name it, on different projects, we are all required to be compliant with all those different compliances. I've got a decent enough portfolio to manage here. I'm going to be talking about cloud security, and a couple of the things that are very close to me is deploying cloud security controls. And what are the key cloud security controls that one should deploy before they even migrate sensitive data across? And looking forward to connecting with all of my peers, being a good spot. Hawaii, we're all going to have fun. We're going to get to have a few cocktails together and discuss the current initiatives that everybody's got going. Looking forward.
The current pressures on the CISO,
Yeah.
What would it be?
We all struggle to report, to show the kind of metrics that our leadership and our board is looking for, protecting our key sensitive data from ransomware, phishing, malware, some of the common attacks. As we all know, employee is the weakest link. Those are some of the key challenges I think all CISOs face, and nothing new for me.
The security leadership role, it just keeps escalating your responsibilities.
What is increasing attack surface, whether it's phishing, malware, and protecting data, not knowing where your data is, the risk that we have. And that's the responsibility, because in the past, CISO's role has been limited to just risk and governance. But now CISO's role is becoming more technical. All these technical controls are put in under CISO space. So now asset management, knowing all your IT, where you're knowing exactly where your attack surfaces are. And not to mention, I always say attack surface is also not always infrastructure. A lot of attacks happen through employees, right? So your weakest link, employees, are your attack surface too. So
is vendor software helping? How's the new software in the vendor space improving? Or helping?
That's a good question. I think we all go through. I think there's nothing new. On an average, any CISO shop has close to 25 to 40 different tools, and each vendor will tell you that they can do this, but in reality, a vendor has a specialty. They can't really do everything. Integrating all these vendors, automating it, it's a challenge, and a lot of new tools that are coming out. Hopefully we'll solve some of these problems, but vendors and tools are a critical part of what we do. It helps us automate things. It helps us get out of the manual, but finding the right balance and not just going and getting everything that you can under the umbrella. Otherwise, then you're forced to then manage 40 different tools, and you can't just keep hiring people.
Important is it to you as a CISO to attend something like a Horizon Summit? So you're 6 days in a secluded area, all the noise of the normal day is gone, and you're going to meet people just like you. How important is it to meet people ongoing face-to-face versus these Zoom calls, or just like a one-day conference? Like, what's the difference?
Right. So I think one of the things that I always say, and a lot of people that do virtual summits, they fail to understand, but I get more value in person. In the role that we are in, it's more about building relationships. It's more about connecting. And a lot of times you can't connect one-on-one to a person virtually. Now, you and I one-on-one here are connecting fine. We're going more than our time frame to talk. But when you're sitting virtually on a round table with 10 different CISOs, it's not the same thing as sitting in front and at a dinner table, or just in a room right. I get more value. It's about building relationship. At my position right now, what I'm supposed to deliver, projects and maturity. It's the little nuances that you understand from people's experiences, what they've been able to do, how they've been able to do. It just does not come in a virtual roundtable, right? Where you're talking about one topic. Yeah, you'll get to know it, but you don't really get to know the CISO as a person.
The difference between sitting across from someone, maybe a high five or a handshake or a walk or a something, or just that little thing in their voice or how their mannerisms, you just can't replace it. So
no, you can't. And I actually do, to answer your original question, I do a lot of in-person events, like how to build data security programs and application security programs. That's my passion.
well, it's good that you have passion. I think that makes anybody's position, no matter what they do, that much more effective.
Yeah.
But I can tell you, yeah, just chatting with you here, I definitely look forward to meeting you. I think it's an interesting, like everyone, maybe there might be a CISO, but how they got there, like what steps, how, there's 15 different ways to get to a place. How got there, and the workload and the perspective. And I think that is what you guys as CISOs are going to be kind of learning too. Like, how'd you do this? We had this problem. How'd you fix it? What's going on? So, all right, Nish. Well,
nice talking to you, Nick.